people really love Puget Sound, and everybody is for a healthy Puget Sound. There is nobody standing up and saying, I want to kill Puget Sound. But it's when it comes to the specifics where people also don't like to say no. They don't like to spend taxpayer dollars. There's a lot of political pressure around specific decisions. And there's also a desire to kind of get along, go along, and sugar coating that's put on things. And so picking up on something David said about courage and honesty, the thing is about Puget Sound that we can't say we're for Puget Sound and then turn around and build a huge new gravel dock at Maury Island. We can't say we're for Puget Sound and then, pave over the landscape. Those two things are, we do those things, and we also say we're for Puget Sound. We got to bring this together and be honest and actually have the guts to say no and to say what's really necessary and to follow through and stop the pretense that we're actually serious about saving Puget Sound, if in fact we're not.
Puget Sound is one of the driving forces of our economy. So, in fact, the reason we have more jobs than the rest of the nation, the reason that we have more people moving in here is because people love Puget Sound and what it brings. And so I can't run a business, we can't grow unless we have a thriving community. And community is defined as the natural community as well as the built community. And so I'm absolutely an advocate. This is an economic issue as well as an environmental issue.
But we've got to be willing to be straight about what's working and what's not working. I just, maybe it's partially a generational thing, but I don't care what we thought was going to work in 1974, okay? We've got to be willing to stand back and say, as I think we would all acknowledge, per your question, that it isn't working, okay, for a lot of reasons. And it's not to point fingers at people. It's just to say we don't need incremental change. We can't get there with that. And I think, frankly, that the creativity that we have by standing back, looking at this whole system, this whole living system, this whole ecosystem, and thinking about how humans are going to come here, how they're going to operate, how they're going to go to school, looking at the whole macro perspective, and then coming up with a strategy that people like and will do and will buy off on, and then having a plan that goes forward and having robust implementation of it. So,